What's up everybody, I'm here to bring you a video, a platinum guide of God Eater 3. Before I start this video, as you watch the video, just let me know if there's any extra things I should add. This is my first time doing something like this, so I might accidentally not say things that I really should say in the videos, so and you can let me know what else I should add. Anyway, enough rambling, if you even call it that. The first thing I'm going to tell you is how long it took to beat Personal Estimate and the difficulty of the Platinum if you want to go for it. I've given this Platinum about 4 out of 10. It's not overly hard. I say it's mostly a 4 out of 10 because if you're not upgrading certain things, which I'll tell you about later, then it's really easy to actually die. Not only that, it's really grindy and slightly RNG based. You can easily get all the stuff at the end of the game after you beat the story and everything, and get stuff will easily have no issues, or it could take multiple ones to certain missions to get the items you need. I would say this will probably take around maybe 45 to 60 hours to plat. Mind you, it took me, as you will probably see on the screen, about 56, I think it was 57 hours to actually plat the game. I beat the story in about 30 hours, but it took me, honestly, about almost the same amount of time to beat the story to get the plat. There was some time where I was kind of idle and just looking at my phone, but that was maybe a couple hours, maybe 2 or 3. But it took me nearly 30 hours to beat the game and almost 30 hours to get the plat also, which I didn't really look at my phone too much. I usually just watch YouTube on my PlayStation as I went for it. Anyway, first thing you want to do is obviously start a new game, make whatever character you want, and then the most crucial part is you want to pick what weapon you want for the entire game. That's because there's several trophies you're going to need. The most crucial one, which if you don't pick the weapon you want first, you actually want to use for the entire game, this trophy is called Most Trusted Ally. Use one type of of melee weapon or gun for 200 missions. I just used a melee weapon and gun for 200 missions. But by trophy, you could probably do this one or the other, but just to be safe, I did both. Another thing you want to look out for is when you use these, you want to upgrade the gun, the melee weapon, and the shield all at once. Pretty much meaning as you go through the game, upgrade them as you go through the game. That way by the time you get to the last bit of missions after the story, pretty much the little extra after you beat the game, in-game content pretty much, you would have 3 weapons maxed out. As you start playing through the game, you can switch your weapons out at terminal. I don't have footage of it because I decided to record all this like when I got to like rank 3, which is my fault. Which is the third set of missions, which I will go through that some more. I'm trying not to spoil too much, that way you know what to expect. As you go through the missions, you can change your weapon out, pick what weapon works for you. Just make sure that when you get the materials to upgrade, which you can get them from each mission, when you start out, they'll be in the rank 1 missions. And then when you upgrade, let's say your melee weapon, they'll be rank 2. And then once you upgrade that weapon from rank 2, all your other materials will be rank 3. This goes for the melee guns and shields. So keep what weapon you want for the entire game, pretty much. Now there are 2 other trophies for look for. First thing you want to do is get a triple S rank on 40 missions. Now I don't know how this is told too much. I don't think it is told based off how many deaths you may have, because I've died 2-3 times and still got triple S ranked. I think it's far more dependent on time. So just try to complete some of these missions as fast as you can. I think by the time I got to like rank 5 on the missions, which there were like 3 other ranks after that, I ended up getting the triple S rank. I think it might be rank 4. I mostly got triple S ranks on most of my missions anyway, just naturally. So not that hard to attain. Last thing you want to do is a little bit through the game, I think about rank 2, you will get more party members and all that. Pick what party member you want to get all your personal abilities of. This trophy is called an irreplaceable friend. Right now, I'm showing you what characters stuff I have on there, and pick either one, but keep them with you the entire time. I picked Cleo. Cleo, I got a little bit after I started the game, and I kept everything on her. By the time you beat the game and all of that, you have a lot of AP points, and then right now you're seeing what I put on my character that I think you should get. You could probably change one or two things around, but before you do anything, this goes for all the characters. Do this for Hugo the second you start getting AP points for which you get for every mission you do. And you'll also get GAP, which is pretty much for every first completion you do. You want to go for Pep Talk? You want to do this for each of the members you plan on getting. This will increase your overall AP as a team. And then get Focus for each one. This will increase their individual AP. Not the team, but the AP that they earn personally will be increased. You might not see the photos because I don't think I have it, but by the time I platinumed the game, Cleo had about 50,000 AP after I bought all the personal abilities. And it requires about 45,000 AP, I'm pretty sure, around that limit, and about 105-ish GAP. Now, these are the main things you want to work on. Now, like I said, for the character and all that, don't have to use Cleo. If you want to use Cleo, you can use Cleo. I use Cleo. When you get another character named Theme, you can use her. I would not recommend using any of the characters you get later through the game because of AP stuff. It might be harder to get the trophy if you try to use a certain character you get at the very end of the game. You don't get him at all until the very end. AP will probably still be attainable, but you will get this trophy much later. And if you get really good RNG, then you're pretty much grinding out AP now. I usually end up picking Hugo, Theme, or Cleo. That was my main team prize stuff. So for a quick rundown, pretty much when you start the game, you want to pick a weapon you want. You can test out a couple weapons at some levels, but pick one weapon and or gun and shield even that you personally want to use for the entire game. Secondly, make sure you get Pep Talk for all your characters and then get Focus for all your characters. Pep Talk is of utmost importance because it increases AP throughout the entire team. But the second you get Pep Talk for all three characters that you most want to use, get Focus for the character that you want to get this trophy for. Like I said before, you go to a section in the terminal for allies and upgrades and all that. There will be a tutorial on it, so don't worry. There will be 100% tutorial on it in the game itself. And you can do this anytime. Just get mainly Pep Talk and Focus, and after that you can get maybe Bind, Health, Stamina, whatever. But Pep Talk and Focus will be your two primary things you want on each of the characters that you plan on using for probably the entire game. Once you have the weapon you want to use for the entire game, and gun, and even shield, and have the characters that you plan on using for the entire game, and get Pep Talk and Focus on them, next, just play through the game. Play through the story. Make sure to upgrade weapons each time you level them up. Once you first have your weapons, you start at rank 1. And then once you upgrade them from rank 1, they'll go to rank 2. And then once you upgrade them at rank 2, they'll go to rank 3. And this also corresponds for the ranks that you see in the missions. If a weapon is rank 2, they're all going to be in the rank 2 list. You can find some materials in the one prior in rank 1, but there will always be one material that will always be in the rank that your weapon is. So if your weapon is rank 2, there's going to be one material item from a monster or something that is in that rank 2 missions. Once you do that, play through the game. That's really all you have to worry about for now. Play through the game. Not gonna spoil the story, but the last missions are in rank 6. Once you go to about rank 6, that's where the last missions are at. Story missions, of course. There is a rank 7 that has more missions, but they're all optional. You will need to do them, but they are optional. And you do not have to do all the optional objectives in the other wings. Optional missions, I should say. I was doing them a lot, but about Wing 5, I stopped doing them entirely. I did a couple and then I stopped because it was tedious. There was too many of them. There may be some materials you'll need in those missions, but it does tell you what materials are in those missions before you go into them. So if you don't want to do any at all, don't do them at all. My thing here is also to make sure you don't suffer burnout at all, because there is quite a big grind. And if you are a veteran trophy hunter and have a trophy hunter for a while and are used to grinds, this probably won't bother you. But if you've only got a few platinums or want a little bit of an easy trophy, easy platinum, it is an easy platinum, but there's some grinding in there. So don't do the option tricks if you want. Like I said, I did them to rank 4. There was only a few they gave you, but then by the time you get to rank 5, they start giving you like 10 of them, and then rank 6 is more, and then rank 7 it's all optional objectives, but rank 7 you have to do them. But we'll talk about that when we get there. Now after all is done, go to the game, just do everything I said. If you need to, go back and watch what I said. So now, you beat the game, okay? You rank 6, nice story, right? At this point I might maybe mention story spoilers, but don't watch this part until after you've beaten the last mission of rank 6. Last main mission. First thing I would say, doing the show mission. Show missions are pretty much where you fight like one boss Irigami. Depends, I only did one. You only need one for trophy. But where you fight one boss Irigami with like 7 other people. I say this is because this is the only online trophy. It's not hard to do this at all. But with the game being a few years old or even older by the time you watch this video, we won't know if the online servers are still up. So it's recommended to highly go for this trophy next, and just to see if the servers are not up, obviously, or they shut down, or you can't do this at all, then obviously don't go for the platinum anymore, because there's no point. You would hate having to do every other trophy, then do this trophy, realizing you can't do it, and then, yeah, you're just out of luck. So go for this trophy next, just to see if you can get this trophy, and if you're able to obtain it, then you're golden for the platinum entirely, and you just have to suffer the long grind that will bestow you. But it's just RNG. You can literally just listen to music or watch YouTube while you're playing it, so it's kind of relaxing at times too. Now, one trophy you need called Ultimate Skill. Complete the mission Trial of the Hounds. This is in rank 7. This is the grindy part of the trophy list. This is where the grind starts happening and it's going to start being tedious. Make sure you got all your weapons to rank 6 at this point. You'll be able to get rank 7 versions of these in this rank. If you really want to and really enjoy the game, you can go for all these right now, but there are a lot of missions though. I don't know how many, but there's probably a good 40 missions in here. They're all optional, but in order to get this mission, you have to do every other mission in this rank. What I did, so I won't get burned out, is I did it periodically. I did like 5-10 missions a day, and then I played something else. This way you don't get burned out. Because there are a lot of missions, it's kind of the same thing. They can be tedious, they can be boring. If you want to go all the way and do every mission right off the bat, you can. But I recommend, if you don't want to get burned out too easily and actually want to go for the platinum, then maybe do like 10 that day and then do something else, or do 10 that day, take a couple hours to watch an anime, watch a YouTube video, relax, play another game, and then go back to it. Still periodically, what I will recommend, but you don't have to. Obviously you can just do it right there and then, no big deal. Not a hard trophy at all. Make sure you got rank 6 of your melee, gun, and shield. At this point, your melee and gun or whatever probably won't be a turn of balance. It's probably barely 100. But with all the grinding you're going to end up doing and doing all these missions, you will get that trophy before too long. And then obviously make sure you get rank 7 versions of your weapons. This will also unlock the trophy where you end up obtaining a rank 7 of a weapon, of a melee gun and or shield weapon. And this will also help to another one where you have to get rank 7 of every weapon. You already have 3 of them knocked down. The melee weapons are the hardest in that section because there's so many of them, but the gun and shit are really easy to do. Now hopefully at this point you should have pretty much all these story trophies unlocked. You should have a lot of these small little combat trophies, if you want to call it, certain things to trigger naturally as you play through the game. You should have every Wing 7 mission done and got the Twilight of the Hounds one. You might even have the one where you did an engage scene with all your allies. I didn't because I didn't use him, but remember to use, I think his name is Ein. Just, pick well, win the mission while you're grinding or whatever and just use him. Hopefully, use his engage scene. But if you already have it, don't worry about it. I didn't, so I had to do it later, but hopefully you should have SS rank in 40 missions, because if you did everything up to rank 4, including option missions, and then did the rank 7 stuff in the main mission ones, you should have an SS rank. Just make sure you complete it quick enough. That's it. Another trophy you may need to get, you might already have this one to craft equipment for the first time, which is just a little craft item thing, which you'll see it up here, hopefully. Well, I'll kind of go to it, hopefully. And, just craft a random item. Not a big deal. Pretty easy to do. You'll have plenty of materials by the time you get to this point. Now, the hardest part. At this point, you should have pretty much every trophy. Any ones you don't have are pretty self-explanatory. And that is get rank 7 with every weapon. This will be the hardest one. You will obviously have to level them up and go to certain sections a few times, even lower rank sections. One thing I never mentioned, which I don't think they told you too well, and I didn't say much because I think by the time you get to this point, you can have a lot of materials saved up and you can utilize this more and not waste it as much. That way it can save you a lot of grinding, but obviously there's still going to be a lot of grinding though. You can actually craft origami materials and just regular materials you find, guided materials you find. You can actually craft those, which you'll see right now that I'm actually going and crafting them. You need certain things like pure SNN or whatever it's called, which you find in missions too. There are chances you get them, not a big deal. But at this point you should have a lot, and you'll be able to craft pretty much almost everything. The only things you really truly can't craft, I think, are stuff that are specific rewards for doing something like complete in 10 minutes, have 6+ endurance, stuff like that. You won't be able to craft. But if origami drops it, you can more likely craft it. And if you can find it out in the world, the mission or whatever, you can more likely craft the material. Now, I can't tell you the easy way to do this because there's only a couple missions, but I will tell you one easy way mission that I think would be really useful. And as you can see, you'll see it on screen because I can't remember the name of it, but you have to fight 2 of these enemies, a fire enemy and I guess more of a frozen enemy. You'll need these enemies because you'll need a cable, a fork, and a helmet. And there's another way to grind the fork, but I figured out going to this mission is much easier to get the fork. And you need a bunch of cables anyway. And you need a helmet anyway. So since you're getting them, you need 3 things. Do this mission because this is where you'll find all these materials and save a lot of stuff. Now, I just say this for anybody that has questions. When you go to a mission, any mission, just, you can go to any mission, don't click on the mission itself, just hover over it, and then hit triangle, and it'll pop up the list of origami material stuff you can get. And it'll tell you how to obtain them. And then if you hit triangle again, it'll actually tell you what materials are in that mission. You probably already notice it, but if you don't know, pay attention. Will also show you guided materials in there. So look for that, and then look for what you need. This will be the hardest part. I kind of just did everything once. I really wanted that platinum. I stayed up late because I really wanted that platinum. But it is a tedious journey, I won't lie, and it's very grindy, and it's a little stressful because RNG may be your friend or RNG may not be your friend. RNG was not my friend. I spent nearly pretty much the entire time I played the game just going to the story getting the West Platinum, so it's definitely a grindy platinum to go get. But if you follow the steps and focus on what I said, I might ramble on, but I'm hoping to prove this over time so I don't ramble on too much and I give you the straight facts that I can hopefully help you with this. This is hopefully by the time you follow through this, you should have the plat. It's a really straightforward plat. I'm actually surprised how straightforward. The few trophies there are grindy, but I was surprised on how little trophies there were. There was like 32, which I expected more. And if you just go to the store, you will get pretty much over half these automatically. I think by the time I beat the story, I had 23 or 24 trophies already. So there wasn't many trophies left to go grab. But I want you guys in the comments to let me know if there's anything I missed. I also want a discussion in these videos for anybody that's having issues with the plat or has questions. I want you guys to help each other out, because I don't think there's a proper way, a proper form or anything that really helps everybody out. There's some out there, don't get me wrong, but you see things on Reddit and all that about this. I want this video to be kind of like the central point of all that stuff. If everybody has any questions, I want people to go help out and give them a hand, because I want us all to like just enjoy these trophies and plats together. I think this is a good point to start this channel, and I have a good bit of plats, so I'm thinking about doing a video on that. And I just want to hear people out that I really don't think there's that much on it, which there should be more. So let me know in the comments if maybe I rimmed on too much. I feel like I did, but like I said, that's how I feel. Maybe I didn't rim on enough. Maybe I should get more information on it. I don't know. That's why I'm hoping you guys could guide me and see what I need to fix. I don't want my video to be too short, but at the same time though, like maybe cutting out some parts won't make it too short. Maybe you'll make it like 10 minutes long or whatever. So I would love the feedback to let me know how I'm doing. I've not done this before, so I would appreciate any feedback if need me. But hopefully I did okay. And hopefully you guys got the platinum too. Like I said, this is like a relatively easy platinum. There are companies. It's grindy. I can't really tell you too much when it comes to like good grinding spots, because it's not really any good grinding spots or anything like that, except the one I told you, because you can get 3 different big items in one go, which will save you probably a lot of the time almost. But I hope you guys will go enjoy this. Like I said, let me know if I messed up or need to put more information out there, and I sure will. And I hope you all got the platinum like I did. You will see right there on the video of me unlocking the platinum. Show proof that I 100% got it with the kill, so I had it. So I hope you guys go enjoyed it, and I'll see y'all in the next video. And I'm going to do these whenever I can. I'm not going to do a schedule based off this. Just whenever I get the platinum, I'll put it up there if I think people might need help towards it. It's just, get a platinum every so often. I'm not going to go doing a video every day or nothing like that. If I have information on the plat I want to get people, maybe there's not enough information or help out there, I will make a video on it instantly. So now I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see y'all in the next video. So have a good one, and bye bye.